Hi there. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I forgot to say that I was going to do it in English too. And well, now you can you can have it along the day if you need it to see it again or to connect it again. I did it in Spanish first. I forgot to tell you I was going to do it in English in the video. So. Well, this I will try to make it a short explanation. Just wanted to share with all of you that today is a very important alignment. This alignment is with two planets, which is Saturn and Pluto, and and this alignment is in the house of Capricorn. So this alignment would be one of the most important of this year, because the opening of a very deep and hard process to for transformation, to change everything, to change our societies, to change the world. So even if something bad happens or not, these 2 years ahead are going to be the ones to prepare us to rebuild a new world, a new concept of reality. And today, so it's the alignment of Saturn and Pluto. Saturn is the planet of it's related to the element Earth, so it means the planet that shows us the work, the harvest, to try to survive in the third-dimensional reality. So it's related with the hard work, with the creation of projects to settle in matter everything that has been done in our ideas and other levels, etc. So so that's Saturn, and then we have Pluto, and Pluto will be the planet of transformation, but it's the hard transformation, is death. Pluto is the darkness, is the shadows, and it's everything that pushes towards transformation in a very hard way. So these two planets are going to be aligned. It happens every 35, 36 years, and usually when that happens, it brings a lot of bad things, like transformations that we don't expect or we don't wish to happen, like crisis, war, or all this chaos around, because this is like we haven't done a change, so the universe is changing by force. So it is also in the house of Capricorn, which means that we need to be constant, that we need to work hard on this earth, and to take responsibility of everything that we have decided to do. So so this alignment today will settle a spot from where everything that is going to happen this year will be like created. So it means that a lot of things that are going to happen this year would be like really hard, really dense, and pushing us towards transformation. So but a really hard transformation. So what I wanted to explain here is that I usually explain these things trying to speak about the light, about the good things, about the building of new realities, but we need also to understand that sometimes we need to speak about the bad things that are happening. I describe this like a storm. there is a big storm in the universe, and we need to be prepared for that. Even if we decide not to leave that storm because we don't want it, it's not our reality, and we want a shiny day with rainbows or whatever. Sometimes storms must come, and this is nature. So we don't have to push storms back. What we have to do is to prepare ourselves to go through the storm and to take benefit from it. So our goal here is to understand how to use the energy of this storm that we are going to have along this year because of this alignment. And we need to understand that this process of destruction, of chaos, would be the creation of energy to rebuild the realities. I did a post recently, I guess yesterday, about this Australian tree that is all black because it was, and then you have these branches coming out like really bud. It says bud that are, well, like a blossom, you know. So this new beginning has two perspectives to be seen. One is to focus on the log that is burned, which is black, and we can cry and we can feel bad about it, or we can just focus on the plant growing from that log. And this switch of perspective will show us in which vibration we are. If we decide to just focus on the black log and to see the destruction, and not to see that this is growing again, that this is life opening its path again, we won't understand the process of the whole humanity that will live exactly the same. So all that is going to happen is like this fire that will try to integrate everything that has been experienced in these past years. So what we need to do is to take benefit from that integration and to see the good part of this transformation. To see the good part of this transformation is to understand that reality has a polarity always, and this polarity is the only one that helps us to create realities. This polarity we call feminine and masculine, we call positive and negative, and we also have this destruction and construction of reality. I'll explain in Spanish later that before I was explaining before in Spanish that I once went to Tibet to do this transformation from myself, because in my astrological chart of geography, which you can see where the planets were pointing in Earth when you were born, my place of death is Tibet and Kashmir and India. This spot there represents for me death, because Pluto, the planet Pluto, was pointing that region at the moment of my birth. So for me, every time I need to die in life, I need to go there, or I have to go there. So to face death. So when I went there to this place, I went to walk around the Kailash mountain, and when I did that path, I felt in a meditation that I was dying because of the high altitude, because of no air. It was too cold. I was almost dying, literally. And after that, when I saw the mount and I saw the top of the mountain, suddenly I felt the energy of the god that all the people were honoring in that mountain, which is Shiva. And Shiva means the God of transformation, is the God of destruction and construction, and I was there meditating with that energy, and suddenly I realized that I was trying my whole life to teach people to how to build light, how to build consciousness, and how to focus on that reality. Uh, and also I realized that I was trying to create this reality from to prevent from things to happen. And this was so human on my side. It was so human because I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. So I was worried that what would happen if I do something bad in the planet, and then bad things happen. I was thinking about it, and suddenly I recognized that through that meditation, with a voice telling me, in order to build a new reality, another one must die. And I understood at that moment that my goal was not death, my goal was not the destruction, my goal was creation. But because of creation and harmony, I have not to fight against the other side, because the reason why I can't do this new reality is because the other one has worked to destroy the old one. So I sadly embraced the reality and the idea that always we need to die, and we need to be reborn. I suddenly realized that we every day die. We die every day when we go to sleep. Every moment you go to sleep and then you wake up, it's like dying a bit, and then waking up is like resurrection. So this idea of how the universe works, that we have been prepared for death every day of our lives, every time we go to sleep, and it's because we die every night that we can resurrect every day, and we can do things with new energy. So I just realized that that all this dark process that we sometimes don't want to happen are necessary in order to create a new reality. So if this is so, what we have to do is to recognize the power of transformation, and to recognize that all these things that we can read or hear about, the bad things that are going to happen this year because of this joint of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, um, are things that maybe will tell you about war, about chaos, crisis, and a lot of bad things happening in the planet. But what we have to do is not to lose energy trying to avoid it from happening. We have to put all our energies into hold that information from the other levels, from the destruction, from all this chaos that is being created this time, to create a new reality. So when we start to think about all this process, as a human being, we start to suffer because we don't want bad things to happen. But in nature, this is normal, this is natural. And the only way we can go through that is when we learn to flow in that positive and negative, positive and negative. So this is the main idea why I wanted to share this, because I know there is a lot of information talking about bad things happening, and I may also will write some stuff that maybe will happen in a bad way. but it's not because I want you to be afraid. I don't want you to be scared or to be frightened. What I want is just to teach you or to share with you the idea of the storm. When you understand how a storm works, how this chaos that will bring the tornadoes, the lightning, the rain, when we learn how to use this energy in our benefit, so the storm is not something against us, it's something that will help us. So, um, so this is why we need to be in balance with all this information, with all this data that is coming from this alignment. So please don't focus on the bad things. Focus on the good things that we will build after this destruction. But focusing on that good things, don't how do you say it? Don't put aside. Don't go against these bad things. Just embrace everything. Just put all that together and recognize that both of them are needed in order to evolve. So what I wanted to do today is just a tiny alignment so we can receive the information from this alignment today and to receive the gifts that we can have from those planets. So if you may follow, I will just do a 5 minutes meditation so we can align with that information and be prepared and ready for the next 2 years. I hope so. So sit comfortable. Move your body to the correct position. Breathe only with your nose. Breathe in and breathe out with your nose. Slowly, we start to breathe in. We hold the breath. We hold the air inside as long as we can, and then we let it go slowly through our nose. I bring my consciousness, my attention to my feet, to my legs, to my hip, my chest, my back, shoulders, arms and hands, my neck, my head. I bring my attention to every organ in my body. Genitals, intestine, kidney, liver, stomach, lungs, heart, thyroid, tongue, eyes, ears, brain, the spine, and every nervous in their body. Breathe deep and take your attention to the energy in your body, to your root chakra, and light it with red. Sacrum chakra with orange light. Plexus chakra with yellow light. Breathe in. Heart chakra with green light. Throat chakra with blue light. Breathe in. Third eye chakra with indigo light. Crown chakra with violet light. Bring your attention to all the magnetical field around you, all the energy holding you. And bring your attention to the space around you, the room you are in, the air surrounding you. Breathe deep and bring your attention to the house, to the place where you are, your neighborhood, the forest, the town, the city. Pay attention to the region you are in and the nature in that region. Recognize where you are. Bring your attention to the country you are in. To the continent you are in. And to the planet. Breathe in deep and recognize the atmosphere over your head, the sky by night or day, the sun and the moon. Recognize it. Your surrounding. Bring consciousness to the sky and the universe and recognize the planets spinning around and the stars behind. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Recognize two lights in the sky. One, Saturn, and behind a tiny one, Pluto. Breathe in the gift of Saturn, the hard work, the earth, the basements for every project we want to settle in this world. Breathe in that gift from Saturn, and then recognize Pluto. Breathe in the gift of Pluto, the deep transformation from the darkness, death. He will bring us the gift to the great transformation of our lives. Breathe in the gift of these two parts of our cosmic family. Receive through your breath all the information to every one of your cells and recognize the house of this family you are in, the stars of the constellation of Capricorn behind. Breathe in all information from the light of the stars and bring the gift of Capricorn to you. Perseverance, constant, meditation. Breathe in its gifts to you and bring it to every one of your cells. Breathe in all the light from the stars and the planet within, and breathe out slowly. Recognize the gifts that you are receiving today are the gifts and the tools to overcome with every transformation, through every crisis, every chaos. I go back here and now and recognize myself where I am gifted with these treasures from the planets. And I say to myself, I am transformation. I am transformation. I am transformation. Move your body slowly. And start to move your neck, your arms, feet, going back here and now. So this tiny alignment is for today, so you can do it in your way whenever you want, and to be able to understand that this transformation that is coming is an opportunity to rebuild the world we are waiting. So don't see it like trying to hold this reality that we live in. What we have to do now is to hug this transformation that we are going to live, and doesn't matter what happened, what we are going to do is to go over it and to rebuild this new reality with the energy that this destruction would give us, because we always improve ourselves through the darkness. So embrace the darkness and thank the darkness, because they are the ones helping you to find the light. So thank you for being there, for sharing, and I hope you can be responsible with the gifts that you will receive today with this alignment. And as I said before in Spanish, you've been used to hard work for thousands of years. So this is just a tiny test, something more, nothing else. So the only difference that we have in this hard work is that before we did it unconscious, and now we are conscious. So work hard with your conscious and rebuild this new reality from the ground. So thank you for being there, and I hope you have a good year of transformation. So thank you for being there, and hope to see you soon. Bye.